it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today we are going to be looking at these tattered lace trio dies. We're going to take each flower and show step by step how we make it up. Now, your tattered lace trio dies are what they say they are. There are 3 steps to them. So you've got your die for your die cutting, then you've got your embossing folder, and then you've got your stamps. So the combination of all 3 make a really nice flower, but obviously you do not have to do all 3 steps at any given time. You could just cut them out, you could use the stamps independently or the embossing folder independently. So you don't have to be restricted. There's actually a lot that can be done and a lot of combinations and things that you could use these for. Now, the tattered lace trio dies are thin metal dies, so they should go in pretty much any machine on the market, and you would just use the sandwich that you would use for thin dies. So just look in your instructions and it will tell you what sandwich you need for your particular machine. Today I'm going to be using my Sizzix Big Shot, and so I will be talking through the sandwiches that I am using for that machine. But what we're going to do today is go step by step through the flowers on using all 3 steps and show you how we put each flower together and how it turns out. Okay, so we've got the Christine Trio flower die here, and we are going to start off by die cutting our flowers out. So that is step 1. So I've got my magnetic plate, my acrylic plate, my piece of paper, and then my dies. Just popping those down like so, and then finally my acrylic mat to finish our sandwich, and then we'll just run that through. And I think for this one I'm going to do a couple more layers. You don't have to, you can do any combination that you want to, and I think this has come out just gorgeous. So there's our 3 layers. Don't they look so pretty? So I'm just going to do a couple more just to give myself a little bit of a fuller flower, but you don't have to do that. Okay, so there they are all cut out, and the next step is to emboss them all. So I've got the embossing folder here, and it's got a great pattern on it. I really like that. So I'm going to take the layers and I'm going to line them up with the center. I've piled them all up, and I'm going to line them up with the center of our embossing folder so that the center of the embossing is in the center of the flowers. Now, you don't have to do it like that if you don't want to, but I think it will look really effective. And the other thing is you can easily do multiple layers there. We've probably got about 10 layers. It is paper, so that's why you can do so many. I would be more cautious if it was card. I've got my multi-purpose platform at tab 1, my acrylic mat, and then another acrylic mat on top of that, and then we're just going to run that through my machine. Okay. And as you can see, they kind of start to look like they're all one, but then you just peel them apart. And you can see that's the bottom one there. And that is just as embossed as our top layer, which is here. There's 2 there, can't separate them. There we go. So isn't that really nice? Okay, so now we want to go to step 3, which is stamping. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a number of layers here, and you have to think at this point how you're going to make your flower up so that you can decide where you want to stamp. if you want to stamp at all. Now this particular flower I think is actually a really nice shape for a single layer flower, which is why I made quite a few, just to show how when you put them together as a little group of single layer flowers, it works really nicely. So I also thought that it would be nice to show you, so we've got a little 3 there of single layer flowers, but I also wanted to put a couple together and just see how they looked as a little bundle. So I've got 2 layers here, and we've got a couple of layers here that are the same size, so we're going to put those together and just show how they can look how you can get different effects from the same things. So for the stamping, I've got the trio stamp set, and we're going to use this little center stamp, this one here, which I think looks really nice. So I'm just going to grab that, put it on a stamp block, grab some ink, and let's grab our single layer ones first of all, and try not to catch them on my rubbish mat. Okay, so I've got my blue ink. I'm just inking up my little stamp, and then I'm just grabbing my flower and stamping into the center. And again, you could do this in contrasting ink if you wanted to. So on this one we've got a complementary ink, and I think that looks really effective. So I'm going to stamp on the others, and then I will come back to you when they're done in a minute. Okay, so that's the stamping done, and then we're going to use those 3 just like that as a little group, which I think looks really sweet. And then we've got these 2 here. I've got the 2 middle ones, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to shape it, and I'm going to shape it by just pressing my tool down into the center and just rubbing around like that in a little circle. And I'm just going to shape the ends of these petals. Okay, and grab our top layer and just shape that as well. Okay, so then we're going to get our glue gel, put some in the center here, and then I'm going to take my top layer, which is the same size, so I'm going to offset it to the layer underneath so that the petals on top are going between the petals underneath, and that just gives us a really nice look. And I think to finish, it would be nice just to add a little crystal into the center. So I'm just going to take a little bit of glue gel, pop that in the center, and then get my crystal and pop that down into the center. And there is that little flower. Isn't that adorable? So there's that one. So we've got the 3 flat ones, which we could shape if we wanted to as well. Shape there just so they've got a little bit of character. So there would be those, and there's that. And then we've got these 2, and for these I just want to take this tool and shape them so that I'm just running it along so that it's lifting those petals up like that, you see, from the side. And the same for this one. Okay, and then just taking our glue gel, putting a small amount of glue in the middle there and popping this one in. And then to finish it off, I just want to add a little pearls in the center here. So a little bit of glue gel and some pearls. There we go, so that's finished that one off really nicely. So here we have just a couple of ideas that we can do with that set. So I hope you've enjoyed making our Christine flowers, and I hope you found it helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.